But already starting things off pretty standard mid puck. Gonna be pulled some tangos, maybe buy some branches, and go up against G, who's just going for the hard bottle rush.
Yeah, it was 2 pull tangos into more tangos there for the puck. But we'll look at basically unknown right now, and some of you might be saying, these guys are basically unknown. Well, let's introduce them for you so that you can get to know them. We've got Kefka on the Doom. That's actually a player I recognize either from casting Aftershock or also standing in for some other teams. We've got Magoma on the Witch Doctor, Sneaky on the Razor, Zeroji here on the Elder Titan, and back to that puck with the tangos. That will be Mind Control, dropping the Dream Coils on the puck.
Yep, and of course over on the side of Virtus.Pro here, we're going to be looking at top lane. We have Sadoy running off lane Tide, 3 branches, 8 tangos, and looking fine to sustain on the lane there. Solo mid is going to be G on the Zeus, how applicable. And then of course supporting is going to be the supports Yol playing Ogre, Jottam playing his Skywrath Mage. And we're going to also have BZZ 633 here on the bottom lane. He's going to be running the Slark here, looking for a poor man shield, and he should have a pretty good time down here. I mean, up against the Elder Titan, he will take some, I wouldn't say harassment necessarily, but some pokes and prods from the Spirit, but overall he should have a pretty good time whether his supports are here or not.
Alright, bottom rune is going to be contested up by the Slark and the Skywrath, which means Slark is a little late to the block. He starts about there. Possibly going to give Elder Titan, who actually ends up to be the offlaner here, a little bit better of an early start in the lane. However, as good as that block may be, the fact that Jottam here picked up the haste and an Ogre Magi is running at you with boots level 1, your life's going to be pretty difficult, and this Elder Titan might be taking a few deaths early if he's not extremely careful.
Yep, hiding down the tree line here, good fog blocks. I mean, you can juke within the tree line pretty effectively. As long as there's nothing they can summon to block those paths out, you're not going to get pinched in, and you should be okay. Early on, we're going to see G go for the spell spam, and he's already exhausted the majority of his mana pool here, just Arc Lightning after Arc Lightning, getting 3 CS for himself, but Mind Control didn't take that much damage to the Arc Lightning. I guess he was just slightly outside the range for it to bounce to him, and the single tango is all it takes to bring him right back to full, so and G definitely needs a little bit more infusion of mana. He already gets the bottle out, goes 2 sips, and sends little Dusky the Husky back on his way.
Yeah, just really spamming that early Arc Lightning to get every last hit and get that bottle out extremely quickly as he... Did he even buy a single thing? He just has the 2 pulled tangos?
He literally brought the bottle out, bought the bottle, did 2 sips because he wants to get the bottle back out.
And boots off the first bottle crow. That's actually going to be pretty good.
And he'll get it back by the 2-minute mark, or right at the 2-minute mark. So he should be able to bottle up a rune with it, which would be absolutely immense. He's moving back there because he wants to block off the creep wave here, shift the creep equilibrium a little bit. Generally speaking, you want to push at rune time so that the enemy has creeps under the tower and they can't go for runes as actively, but he doesn't really have the tools to do that now, so he just goes for a little bit of control and should be able to spam a little bit to a decent amount. And the Giddy rune up top will be snatched up by the Jungle Doom. Kefka picking that one up. The bounty rune down bottom might be free though, and he might make his way that direction as it. This estate is so important for G. He's going for another block, though, and it looks like he's going for another Bottle Crow as Dusky makes his way right back to the lane and picks up that empty one. Beleaguered by the 245 MS, but end of the day, it keeps G sustained, and nobody else is using it.
Yeah,
because they don't really have a choice.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when G's in the mid lane, or any mid laner for that needs to Bottle Crow heavily, like, you're not getting it. Anyway, I really like that Doom. He rotated out of the jungle quickly. He got that rune. They realized how important Vertical Control is against the Doom, against the Zeus. If he had done that Bottle Crow, got the boots back, picked up a rune almost immediately, like, that's so much sustain, and it's going to be hard for Puck to stay in this lane a little bit later once a few more levels come out here. Lightning Bolt coming up soon to rank 3. There's going to be a lot of harassment going out onto the Puck as... just now we did see Yol running out of enemy territory, being chased down by the Doom. Looks like he'll be fine. He's going to go in there and try to ward. I don't know if he's going to ward also for vision and to block the camp. It looks like it will just be for vision, as this stone, I believe, signifies the box, something around there. But just trying to keep tabs on where Kefka's going to be and whether he rotates for the runes or not. And we'll look up top. Magona, Sadoy He's either pulled over himself or contested the pool of the supports from basically unknown. Either way, Sadoy's Radiant offlane going well. He's got 9 last hits. He's level 4. And he's working on... Looks like we might see another Tranquil Boots Soul Ring from a Tidehunter today.
Yeah, it's an interesting build, but it can work in the right situation. Sadoy is the one that played that game that I was talking about yesterday against the Ancient Apparition, but not sure. I'm not going to peg that one on him just because...
Good job, Sadoy.
Shameful memory, but it is very possible. Anyways, Puck is controlling this space very nicely, and Yol is actually not in the best of spots here. Can take a lot of her right clicks, but he is that beefy ogre, and he just gets to give it the walk away. He's got the Invis rune on the Puck. The bounty rune will be given to Zeus since Jotum is covering it up for him. And that makes the mid lane pretty quiet. I mean, if they're constantly bottle crowing, the spell spam isn't really going to net any kills until level 6. So, yeah, as it is, it's really Yol that's giving us the most to look at here. He's going to get cast, and there's some damage coming out from the right click of the Doom with the Plasma Field to finish it. I think they'll get a nice little first blood.
Got Boots first, but he's not quite fast enough to run away from the Lightning Remnant. Razor going to pick up that kill. And bottom lane, look at this. We actually might have to go middle first. Never mind. Just trade them up some blows. And there's what happens when God gets leveled up. It really, really is hard for the Puck to stay there. But he did have Invis Rune. Not that that helps against the Zeus, but refills the bottle. Bottom lane, though, Elder Titan. A little bit reminiscent of offlane Bounty Hunter, where his position is right now.
Yeah, to some extent. I mean, obviously the thing about Bounty Hunter is he gets in that position invis. He just doesn't want to waste the mana. In this case, he had to really sneak it. He had to wait for the creep to be in the perfect spot, and then he manually went in there. But they know he's getting levels. That's the thing. They can check the scoreboard, see he's level 3, and see there's an issue. They found him. They realized his little hiding spot, found his little nook, and they will force him out, but... both offlaners, Tide and ET, just as soon as they see trouble, they TP home. So both of them having to make a long walk of shame back to the lane, but overall getting more experience than they may perhaps deserve. Still no ancient stacks coming up from the Tide, though, so he is kind of happy that he is winning out as far as experience per minute. He's at 274, whereas the ET is only at 117. The creep's not always in the right position to give him what he needs. Dreamcoil will come out, though, onto the Skyrath, cast canceling the TP, and Jotum going down.
Yep, so Unknown up on the scoreboard, 2-0. Haven't taken down both of those very annoying, very high burst damage supports. Maybe not so much burst damage until... Ogre Magi is level 6.
TP will be cancelled up top, though, so that is going to be a death for him. And Zeus taking that one, so he gets a nice chunk of golden experience, and obviously Sadoy and Yol get their fair share as well. So, good pincer, good TP cancel, and get bringing the carry Razor down. That seems to be who they're prioritizing the farm on the most, so they do have a bit of a tri-core here. I want to do... really quickly take a look at the observer wards here. Dire, a lot of great wards right now. One on the top rune spawn, one just on the other side of the river, and this is going to give them a lot of potential initiation. The bottom rune one will expire shortly, but the other two are going to be very active and very helpful as far as the intel they provide throughout the remainder of the laning phase.
Yeah, and I know I already circled this one as well, but again, that ward that kind of Yol gave his life up for did die rather after the fact, and putting it down to sort of keep tabs on the Doom rather than blocking the camps. And I want to compare the offlaners. We've got Sadoy on the Tide, is level 6, about to be level 7. Elder Titan is only level 4. The Tidehunter having a much better time, and actually BZZ is looking to get very aggressive on Zeroji in the bottom lane. The pounce will miss, but again, going to keep him zoned back out of experience range. Slark says, no, these are my creeps. And
the Tide is just naturally tanky, so it's easier for him to get the creeps, and I don't think the support's been pulling as actively or as appropriately because the Jungle Doom is so focused on his own business. Now Sneaky in a bad spot here, and this is what happens when the wave is so thoroughly pushed out. They do ravage just to make sure of it.
Too. Absolutely no problem. At least I think they should be able to. There's no point in Gush. Puck is going to rotate over. All right, I'm going to have to eat my words. The rotations are there. I thought that with Thunder God's Wrath coming back up, they could maybe find one more kill. They might be able to bring down the Puck 250. I don't think Zeus is going to throw it. It's only going to do 225. He will, however, TP up to the top lane. Concussive shots off cooldown. And after that, it's going to be 3-3. Teamfight recap real quick. A slight advantage there for Virtus.Pro, even after the turnaround. And now they're going to find the Puck. He's trying to take that orb. They want to get some more damage. Zeus really wants to ult again. And the Ravage will net another kill on the Razor. but Zeus not able to get a piece of it that time. And he TP's out for a little bit of gold, a little bit of time wasted, but not really the biggest deal.
Yeah, the big thing that the Unknown team really did show there is the knowledge that once Ravage is on cooldown, the VP's team fight is lackluster at best. Like, they don't have that much control whatsoever. So it is very important to realize that as soon as that Ravage comes out, your team fight is a lot stronger if your hero numbers aren't dramatically reduced, and they only lost the Razor out of it, so they were able to turn it around to an extent, but as you say, it isn't as favorable as it could be. Anyways, I would have to say give that early gank up to a little bit of Creequilibrium. Like, the fact that the Razor was practically under the Radiant Tier 1, it is a problem, and I think that maybe Magoma could be a little bit more active in pulling back the waves and making sure that he's farming in a safe position. This will also deny more experience from the Tide, but he's found greener pastures elsewhere. This is a triple stack for him, farming up the Ancients here, 0-3-4, so yeah, he's going to be finding that early Blink Dagger, and that's going to be causing some real grief to Team Unknown.
Yeah, might slow down here at the end of this Ancient stack, running a little bit out of mana, and the boots are on cooldown, but I think I'll just stand there and right-click because it's not like it matters that much anyways. Anchor Smash actually as it runs out and starts to take some damage, but even then, not really a problem for Sudoi. He's up to 1,500 gold right now, and the recipe for the Midas has come out. Midas delivered over there to the Dooms, and Roji will TP out of the bottom lane. No stuns there between the Skywrath and BZZ's Slark. Jotum is not playing the pot in this game.
If only. I long for my Jotum Potom.
Exactly. Oh, Mindfell's in trouble. He's got the phase shift to work with. The Thunder God's Wrath is up right now, and he could use it, but with mitigation at 196, I don't think it's quite enough damage, so he'll hold on to it for a better opportunity.
Damn. With the Observer Ward vision I had, I would think a lot of mid players would just go for the rune, but it's a very defensive play, just wants to avoid feeding at all costs, and he will just fall back, not getting the haste, but keeping his Blink Dagger, and maybe he can go for initiation with the Dream Coil if the TP is up top. Speaking of up top, we've got the smoke already in place, and BZZ wants some blood with his Blink Dagger on there.
I love this play. They get that Blink Dagger, and immediately they smoke. Unknown has no idea that the Blink Dagger's on the field. Slark rotates up top extremely quickly. That they could have maybe kind of guessed, because he's no longer in the bottom lane. Skywrath's taking the lane CS, so you see Skywrath farming. I mean, that clues you in. Like, Slark doesn't leave a lane. He's got the passive to sit anywhere. So they know he's roaming, but with this smoke and with that Blink Dagger surprise, they'll find another pick off, and that's Razor. Third death, middle lane though. Puck, mind control, looking to get aggressive with the coil. God able to run away. Yo, looking for the stun, he'll find it. The Doom gonna go out onto the Zeus. Kefka, Doom will fall. 2 heroes dead.
Yeah, not what they intended to do there. They thought that Zeus was going to be an easy little pick there, but he got a lot of reinforcements very quickly. I mean, this is just a high-level team rotating when they need to, and now getting aggressive again. Onto the Razor here. I have a decent amount of HP here, effective HP with the chainmail to treads, but it's not enough to keep him alive, and he will be going down as well. They take the Death Ward with them. That cooldown will be lost. So, I mean, they do lose the Skywrath Mage, but they're perfectly fine to make that exchange, and BZZ just keeps moving in. He gets the Orb of Venom, he gets the Essence Shift Steal, and it gets harder and harder for Unknown to fight. They do get a nice cast bouncing a couple times, but Slark's slippery, and he will be able to pounce out at the very least, and they'll just keep refreshing that HP. So that's space for them to kill the top tier 1 tower, and yeah, it's just the early game here for Unknown isn't looking that great. I mean, they obviously wanted to be aggressive, want to be active, but they're underestimating how willing Virtus.Pro are to rotate with TPs and how quick to react they really are.
Yeah, Unknown again looking to get some surprise damage in there as he finishes up that Blink Dagger. He started things off with it in the middle lane onto the Zeus, but they weren't able to kill him, and then Zeus turned that around with a lot of damage. The fight overall went, I think, 1-for-3, as Elder Titan will bring out that Soul Ring right now. So Unknown, the early game, it's not the prettiest thing, especially when your Razor is 2 and 4. We've seen over the last couple days when a Razor really gets shut down, it really hurts the team. He's that hero. He's a core hero. You expect to get the mech and kind of make that space and maybe even carry for you in the late game with the push of the Aghanim Scepter. But right now, falling pretty flat. It's 7-4. The lineup of Unknown, though, still pretty hard to push into. Coil, Death Coil, there's Coil, Death Ward, and of course Elder Titan are not that easy to push into, so maybe Virtus.Pro falter as they try to go high ground in the future.
Yeah, I mean, you're up against the Slurk Blink, you're up against the Tide Blink. They can choose their fights so very nicely. And Mind Control, he hasn't really set up anything for his team just yet. ET needs to really be here if they want to take something big. They need to coil and get a good stomp off and get that extra spirit involved, because that's the only way they kill people quickly enough. Otherwise, you're just going to be able to see them at least like Zeus will try to force staff them away and bail them out, and it's just going to be like close. They'll get 1 kill, but they'll lose 3 lives for it. We do see up top the mechanism is purchased by Razor, but we're going to take some hits from BTZ here. Static Link comes out, so we'll turn it the other way. And down bottom, it's actually going to be the kill. The Mystic Flare was not involved. It was mostly G's damage here. They just jump in, concussive, Ancient Seal, and Lightning Bolt them down.
Yeah, I mean, actually looking at it, well, Razor is still first in net worth for the team after taking the 4 deaths, which is maybe a little surprising. The Jungle Doom here is in second place at 4.7, 4.7. Oh, Razor again. The
yeah, he's trying to TP out, but he just doesn't have that mechanism yet.
We're going to find him, and well, as I talk about him, he goes down once more. Now falling behind even that off lane of Virtus.Pro. Sadoy now overtaking him, sitting at 4.8k net worth. And that Blink Dagger. Items at large.
It's on mid lane.
Yeah. BTZ gonna rotate over again. He's having that bottom
that's Blink
completely. That's what finishes Blink Dagger. He's got it. He's been killing everybody. 2-0-3, only 5 kills to leave the lane. He will go down here though. The Doom and the Death Ward gonna be thrown out. Sadoy used the Ravage here and they didn't actually get anything for it. Now Donner wants to get involved. God running straight into the thick of it. He knows there's no Doom, but he's actually run out of mana. Has a few more Arc Lightning Stone. There's a multi-cast on the, I think the Ignite going off onto the Doom now as well. They're going to chase him up. The Mystic Flare will drop him down. God actually finds the double kill with some long-range Arc Lightning, and 2 for 3.
Yeah, they gain a little bit of traction in that fight there. There's a nice phase shift dodge of the Ravage, but end of the day, they're not able to really get too much out of it. The Ravage is still very impactful, and the Ogre is actually starting to make himself known. I mean, even multicasting Ignite seems small, but getting all that damage flying about, and then G with the finishing blows here. He has enough mana to just spam that lightning to his heart's content, and it's going to be very difficult to deal with, especially now that he is level 11. So he's going to be going for the Bloodstone build. This is summoning the Arcane Boots and only a recipe away from that Bloodstone. So a lot of mana to work with there. Also a nice little heal, and that's something I want to go back to, is the fact that they are going to have heal utility outside the mechanism, whereas obviously Team Unknown really don't. This is forcing Razor to build a first item mech, which isn't something that he can easily support with his mana pool. Like, he doesn't have Eye of the Storm skilled up, which helps, but he's going to have to in-toggle very carefully here. The Slurk right on the puck, and the last one click.
Puck had the orb up. Didn't try to go for it.
I don't think he had the cooldowns for it.
Yeah, maybe it was coming up on death there. BZZ though able to pounce away from that paralyzing cast. Also Dark Packed it. Alright, negative Earn Charge probably not going to be enough to bring him down. He'll be fine. He'll get that passive back up, and he's not going to pass any wards right now. We'll look at Unknown. They're warding. Defensive with the ward near the bottom rune here on Roche, and they're going to start rotating up to the top lane. They're going to smoke up as well. They know they're not spotted because Slark has that passive, so it's easy smokes, easy D wards as they maneuver up top looking for Sneaky one more time. They know that if they keep the lane down, it's very nice. They'll find the Doom instead. He does have a Midas, and he's going for that Axe. And this is something I kind of wanted to see from the Doom against the Slark yesterday. Like, he went for the Blink Dagger, but he really probably should have just rushed the Ag, so that I think this Doom is definitely making the right call with that.
Yeah. I think there was a PA game like that too, where they really could have benefited from muting the evasion, and they just didn't get any real control against her. Y'all gonna take some hits here. Drinkwell committed solo. They really are desperate for kills here. If they're solo coiling the support Ogre, but they do get him, and they do keep him away from whatever his next item may have been. He could be going for Aghanims, could be going for Blink Dagger, but we'll have to wait, as he does lose out some gold there. In either case, they do put a 7th kill on the board here, so that's pretty important for them to just get some traction. Doom did go down to Canal Midas and Devour coming off cooldown, so he should be able to bounce back a little bit as far as the net worth goes. He is not that far behind the Slark. I mean, the Slark is 3, 1, and 7, and you're only like 800 gold behind him. You gotta feel okay with yourself. It's not ideal, but it's you realize that your hero naturally, more artificially than naturally, but is able to farm very quickly and is going to be able to kind of pull money out of thin air, so that's pretty important. But down bottom, Puck, the second the silence connects, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah, 7-0. Pretty rough go with things there, and as per usual, we'll see the bullets coming out again on the Zeus. And we'll have a little bit of a pause. Oh man. Siblings, man. Fun stuff.
How's that?
Sorry, that's way off topic, but I don't know. Being bothered here in real life by people.
Well, I was late because of some continuous baby rage. I know the family issues.
Yeah, I had guessed the reason. So here we are. We're back with the distractions. We'll pass for now. We've got Zeus in the middle lane, Lightning versus Lightning. One doing a lot better. PCC, I'm trying to keep track of you. You're just killing absolutely everybody. Going to go on Zeroji right now. Has the Shadow Dance. Doom is available right now. Kefka wants to use it, but being sort of fog of war by the trees right now. And the bounce out before the animation can't even go off.
If you get the Cascan Doom there, that should be a huge kill, taking down their second net worth farmer there, but nope, just unable to do it. They do ping out the ward, they're probably going to take care of that one, but yeah, they really want to kill on Slark or Zeus at this stage in the game. I mean, they're the ones dominating 8-0 and 3 on G. This guy needs to die. Please, show him his mortality.
Remember when I said yesterday, every time I cast this guy, he goes godlike? I wasn't kidding.
Well, dude, he got that when he picked the hero.
Yeah. I mean, he is playing a god. His name is God. He's about to go godlike. I mean, what more do you want? That's trifecta.
So, Ogre is going to be going for Aghanims. He's actually halfway there, looking really good for him. Doom, I guess you could say the same. But jumping right in, they have no hesitance going for this tier 1 tower, and the fortification will only delay it. They're not going to be able to defend this, but they might be able to get some damage down bottom. They don't have a great push team, though. That was one thing that we saw. A lot of push heroes get banned, and for Unknown, not a lot.
There it is.
ET, oh my gosh. Not even. It just doesn't seem like they had a chance. That wasn't even amplified by any seal. It's just the damage from the Zeus.
There was a nice multi coming in from Yol, and he was on that high ground there and started things off. But now in the bottom lane, they try to push. They wanted to get the tier 1 down here. Now the Thunder God's Wrath is going to go off. Razor getting very low in the middle lane as we see people TPing out of the bottom lane. Jotam and Yol, the supports, along with, of course, the Thunder God's Wrath, are what kills the Razor. Now in the bottom lane with Ravage still available to be used from Sadoy, him and BZZ working on the tier 1 and maybe even then some as they keep sights on the tier 2 potentially. Jotam picks up a nice new ward, will spot in the teleportations from Zeroji.
Is the G about to pick up the disrespect Dagon? It certainly looks like it. He's got
I
it
think
in
so.
there. He's just like, we got the snowball momentum, let's put the nail in the coffin here, and that's a zap away from just being able to serve solo people within quick volley himself, not even committing the ultimate in most situations.
What a
he jumps in hard. He has the DD room for later, but right now he's just trying to heal up with his passive, and it looks like he will be able to skirt the vision of Mind Control, maybe even jump in again, as he does have that high ground observer ward recently placed.
Oh, Razor's gonna come back in, taking a look like anyone's still here. And to that, he's going to get the answer of yes. There are 4 people still there, and Razor going to take his 7th death right now. Zeus 9-0-6, involved in 15 of the 20 kills, so 75% involvement for the Zeus. It's a shame. It should be 100. Come on, what are you doing? Just kidding.
Apparently not, of course. Stealing all the kills.
Yeah, you gotta steal all the kills.
Oh, mid lane, they have a good chance on him. This would be a huge kill, but it'll probably suicide if he's under pressure.
Yeah, the Bloodstone becomes really big when you're getting this far ahead, able to deny them. They can put so much. I guess if you get the Doom, there's no suicide. If you do the bottom lane onto Zeroji, gonna be bringing down him. It's a mega kill streak for the Slark as well. He's 7-1-8. He's going to look for another one. There's some damage, but with the Shadow Dance going out, that Death Ward's not going to bounce. It's a double kill, 2 for 1 in the bottom lane, says the Pirate Captain, and already 3,800 gold on the Slark. At this point, might just be going Radiance.
It's so painful. It's just so painful to go up against a Slark of this caliber and this much momentum behind him. There's almost nothing you can do. I mean, I guess you could attribute some of it to the draft. Right now, the Puck is really the only one that can control him easily, since as we've seen, the Echo Stomp is pretty easy to dodge out with the Dark Pact. The second you see the Stomp animation, you can start Dark Pacting, and you will avoid it one way or another. So, yeah, they don't really have any control against them. They have to doom him, or they have to get him in coil, and in these situations, even then he'll try to turn and fight you, most likely. But yeah, that's just BZZ at his finest. He is running a perfect game here. He's going to get the Scotty very shortly. He's only 1,200 gold off of that. And they're really starting to bring it in here. They're suppressing Team Unknown's pace to farm, and once again, looks like the Doom is going to be feeding.
Doom, Kefka, some trouble. While I feel like he makes the right item decisions this game, I don't think there was anything he could have built that really could have helped out here.
Another solo foil.
Line control going on another support, and even going to be dug out of that one. Sadoi jumps in, throws out the Ravage right now. Meanwhile, God is standing on the sidelines, spamming all of the spells exactly where you want to be as a Zeus. I think the Maledicts brings down all. Yeah, the Roji still being chased down by the Time Hunter here. We've got Doom with that buyback trying to get on the flank as he TP'd up to the tier 2 tower, and I guess he just wasn't done. He maybe he's going to go down.
Oh.
Very, very unfortunate. He's going to jump on Blink. Now Kefka going down. That's the dieback coming out. 28-2-10 and at 24 minutes. Virtus.Pro's lineup is just, it's way too much online right now. That even makes any sense. Dagon on Zeus, add a little bit of magic wand to a lightning god, and there's a lot of damage to be found.
I mean, when you've got a level 16 Slark and a level 17 Zeus, just barraging a level 10 Witch Doctor, it doesn't feel good. I mean, you can see the golden experience graph that go right on up as we've seen this momentum. Sits about like the 11-minute mark. Just been continuously in favor of Virtus.Pro here, and that he actually went for the Lincolns. I mean, I don't question. I mean, it obviously is very powerful against the Doom. It's just not what I expected when I saw the ulti orb of venom and all that gold saved up.
Neither did I was honestly thinking he might go for the BM Radiance. They had 3,800.
No, they got the Dagon up already.
That probably would have been the start of the throw.
They've got a 17 Bloodstone start and a Dagon 3 on them. I think they're happy with their amount of BM.
No Virtus throw today. It's a Virtus.Pro that definitely has been showing up these past days.
Honestly, they have played a really solid game. I mean, obviously, you'll say maybe the enemy team wasn't up to the challenge. We'll see how they fare up against other teams here. But look how they're playing. Like, they're getting so active, so aggressive. But they've also played very. Oh, is that the Doom? Oh, that was the Doom. We didn't see the Lincoln Sphere. He uses the cooldown on the Sphere, and that's almost at the point where he waved the white flag. But, yeah, no, I would say Virtus.Pro played this game really well. It's the early rotations back in the mid lane to counteract initiation. Like, that's a really big deal. The amount of pressure they put on Razor. Maybe his lane was pushed out a little bit too far, so it made it easier on them, but they took advantage of that. And that's something that some teams wouldn't do. So it really just shows why Virtus.Pro are cut above the rest, and they're able to pull forward with another solid win. I think we can kind of chalk it up here, although the official GG hasn't come out yet.
Good lord. I've not done BZZ credit. This guy's just been so aggressive all over the map. His team's all going bottom. I didn't expect him to be diving past 2-3 by himself. But with only one person respawned, I guess why not? He sees it'll take the kill. They know that there's probably not a lot of buybacks. There's not a lot of money to be had on the enemy team. He's going to go in once more. This time he'll Shadow Dance as he gets chased away by just about everybody. But the Blink Dagger is here from Sadoi. He's going to be forced out and then Blinking. It's only a 2-man Ravage, but it is still a pretty nice play. A little bit of style points there for the double initiation as Mind Control is going to try to get out of here. And with the high ground, as soon as they walk upstairs, Unknown says GG. And it really was good game, well played.
Yep, just roll it over and put it on a flank here in this first game here for today in Starladder 11. I do think the Team Unknown have some real potential the way I've seen them move, the way I saw them draft. I mean, it's not like they were completely outclassed. It's just when it came down to the reactionary plays, Virtus.Pro brought more to bear, and it seemed Team Unknown when things didn't work out the way they planned, it kind of got a little chaotic for them. But they've